you are in that pool with the narcissists and these dysfunctional toxic individuals, you will have to speak their language. You cannot speak your decent language and expect them to function, behave and treat you in a decent manner. No, they're going to run all over you. So you need to learn the tricks and treat them the way how they treat you. Yeah, that is the simplest way to survive such difficult relationship. That is the easiest way to survive such complicated relationships. Yeah. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to try and answer a question that one of my client asked, and the question was, how can I survive my relationship with my husband, who is the golden child, and who is trauma bonded with his narcissistic parent, who doesn't have any awareness or understanding as to what is happening with him, or what he has gone through, or the kind of parent his narcissistic parents are. He is just unaware. He is in his own world. And how do I survive that relationship? This client of mine is not a working woman. She is financially dependent on her husband. She has got two, children. So, if she decides to, end the relationship, there will be a lot of collateral damage. And, she has not studied a lot. And, she was also, abused and, crippled by her narcissistic parent. So she wanted to know how can she survive, or how can she go about with this relationship. Yeah, so I thought, why not make a video on it, so that it can be helpful for all my brothers and sisters out there who are somewhat stuck in such complicated relationships with adult children of narcissistic parents, who are still trauma bonded and who are still stuck with their narcissistic parent. I decided to go no contact. I healed myself, and it's a individual choice and journey. Yeah, nobody forced me to heal and recover and come out of that narcissistic family. I decided to end my relationship, and I started all over again. So you really can't force others to heal. Yeah, so the solution to this kind of a situation and scenario is that don't force your partner to heal and see who his narcissistic parents are. It is absolutely pointless, because he has been bred for a purpose and reason. That adult, has been raised and conditioned to, keep serving the narcissistic parents. So it's pointless and, absolutely useless to make him or her understand, the kind of, parent he or she has. The best way or the easiest way to survive such kind of a relationship is work on your savings. And the second thing is, don't force that person, your partner, to see things the way how you do. You might have that awareness, yeah, whereas in you can see what is good and what is bad. But he or she is still trauma bonded, emotional incest, and he or she might not be able to see his or her parents the way how you do. You have chosen to end all that misery. You have chosen to heal yourself and work on yourself. You have this radical acceptance, and that doesn't necessarily mean that he or she, I mean your partner, might be on the same level. So the best thing is have radical acceptance that you are surrounded by narcissistic individuals. Your spouses or your husband, wife, or your partner's parents are narcissistic. Just have this radical acceptance and stop trying to educate your spouse. Yeah, because until and unless he or she doesn't decide to put an end to his or her misery, no one else can do that, yeah, for him or her. So stop forcing your partner to accept, understand, and see who his or her narcissistic parents are. So stop forcing your partner to see the things the way you do. Now, the only way to survive such complicated relationship is by treating your partner exactly the way how he or she is treated by his or her narcissistic parent. Yeah. Now, before I go deeper in this, let me, clear myself out. I don't mean to, say that you treat all the, adult children of narcissistic parents the way how their parents, treated them. No, this is for those folks who are still trauma bonded with their narcissistic parents. This is for those folks who still don't have that awareness. This is for those folks who are in that, golden child spectrum. This is for those folks who, are victim of emotional incest. And this is for those folks, who are still stuck with their narcissistic parents, and, who really don't want to see, the truth, who really don't want to confront the truth. Yeah. This is for those folks. This is not for, people like me and a lot of you out there who have got no contact, who have, started over again. This is for not those folks. This is for those ignorant ones who are still trauma bonded, who are still stuck with the narcissistic parent, and who want others also, to play along. Yeah, so this is the solution for those individuals. This is not, the solution for people like you and me who have the understanding, who are, trying our level best to start over again, who are trying our level best, to start life from the scratch after going no contact. This remedy, this, method, or this process is not for people like us. This is for those who are ignorant, who are still stuck in narcissistic families, and really don't want to address to all that toxicity and dysfunctionality. This is for those who just, are trauma bonded to their narcissistic parents. Yeah. And who want you also to play along, who, who want you also to, do their bidding. Yeah, this is for those folks. So the best way is to treat them the way how, their narcissistic parents treat them. And this is because, they have been raised and conditioned in a certain way. They have been programmed in a certain way. Yeah. And to an extent, they also want to stick around. They don't want to, work on their own self. And, they might, have, their own reasons why they are sticking around, or why they are still, with their narcissistic parent. So, the problem is when they see things a certain way and they want you to play along and see the things the way how they do. Yeah, that's absolutely unacceptable, and that's wrong. Now, these individuals, adult children of narcissistic parents who are still, in contact with them, or still trauma bonded with them, or, these adult children who are, the golden child of narcissistic parents, these individuals, might not understand the same love language as you do. These individuals might not process and see things the way how you do, or a healthy individual does. Yeah. Their, love language is very different. Their, way of communication is different. Their way of looking at things is different. Yeah. And that's the reason they have spent a lot of time with their narcissistic parent, and they are still, stuck. And, they want you also to, love them and respect them and honor them the way they do. Yeah. We know that, the love and respect that they have is nothing more than, trauma bond, parentification, emotional incest. Yeah. So, if you try and treat those adult individuals the way how healthy individuals treat each other, they might not understand. They might, show a lot of resistance. Yeah. Because, that doesn't feel home. Toxicity, abuse, disrespect, manipulation, gaslighting, silent treatment, all of this feels home. Yeah, because they are, conditioned to, bear with all of these toxic things. They are conditioned to, feel good with these things. Yeah, intermittent reinforcement, you know uh, giving them love sometimes, and, sometimes withholding love and affection, manipulating them, gaslighting them, triangulating things and not, speaking things directly, guilt tripping them, shaming them, making them feel responsible. So if you communicate in the language that they are used to, things will be doable. But if you try and establish a healthy relationship with them, And knowing the fact that they are still trauma bonded to their narcissistic parent, you are going to really burn yourself out. They are not going to understand. See, all of this awareness and understanding kicks in at some point in life. Yeah. And it's an individual choice. Healing is an individual choice, and individual own unique journey that is initiated by you. Yeah, you might not initiate your healing if I just give you a call and tell you, hey, Samantha, why don't you start your healing journey? Why don't you get rid of all these toxic people and heal yourself? It doesn't happen that way. Yeah, everybody has their own way to process things, and everybody heals in their own unique way. And some choose not to heal, yeah, because the familiar hell is better than the unfamiliar heaven. They choose to be surrounded by dysfunctional, toxic and narcissistic individuals rather than being alone. Yeah, that's not what feels safe. That's not what feels home. So if you learn to communicate with the adult children of narcissistic individuals who are still trauma bonded to their narcissistic parents in the same language, the language that the narcissistic parents use, yeah, the method, the different ways the narcissistic parents use to control, manipulate, and communicate with their child, these kids are going to feel home, and these kids are going to feel safe, and they are going to somewhat have a doable and an okay relationship with you. But if you think that they see their parents for who they are, and they resist all that abuse and exploitation, they stand up against all that abuse and exploitation, please don't do that. In a way, you are going to jeopardize your position. In a way, you are going to um, traumatize and make things more unbearable for yourself. Yeah, so the best thing is treat them the way how they are being treated by their narcissistic parent. Learn the art of gaslighting. Often withhold love and affection. See, I'm not telling you to become a narcissist. Yeah, but I'm telling you the ways to survive a narcissistic relationship. I'm simply suggesting you the ways to survive a narcissistic family, if you are running short on the options. Yeah, if you don't have the capacity and ability to move out, if you don't have the means to start over again, this solution is for those folks who are in a tight spot, who are in a complicated situation. So learn what gaslighting is. Yeah, try and incorporate some gaslighting methods. Learn what gaslighting is, learn what triangulation is, learn what manipulation is, because only then you will be able to fit in, only then you will be able to survive that relationship. Yeah, but if you want to start over things again in a happy, healthy way, those things are not going to work. You can only start a healthy and a happy relationship with a healthy and a happy adult. Yeah, or an adult who has awareness, or with an adult who really wants to heal and overcome all of that nonsense and abuse and trauma. Yeah, you can start things in a good way with those individuals. You cannot start over things with those who are already stuck in toxic and dysfunctional and narcissistic relationship. You cannot start things in a healthy way with those individuals who are in denial. You cannot start healthy relationship with those who just don't want to accept that their parents are narcissistic. You cannot do much with those individuals. So the best thing is to learn the same love language. Yeah, learn the art of silent treatment, learn the art of manipulation, learn triangulation, withhold love and affection. Yeah, so this is how you can survive that relationship. I mean, the relationship with adult children of narcissistic individuals who are badly enmeshed and trauma bonded with their narcissistic parents. Yeah, the golden child. So this is the only way you can survive the relationship. But if you are dreaming that you are going to start over again, you are going to create your own healthy space, well, you can do all of that if you have the means. But if you are dependent on that adult who is a golden child, or a victim of emotional incest, or is trauma bonded to his or her narcissistic parent, well, you really don't have much options. Yeah, you can do anything and everything, if you are capable, if you are financially independent. But if you are at their mercy, you will have to find ways to survive that, toxic, dysfunctional family. Yeah. So the best way is to treat your partner the way how his or her narcissistic parents, treat him. Yeah, spend some time, observe, see how they treat, how they withhold love and affection, how they guilt trip, how they make him or her responsible. So, just follow the same thing. Yeah. Now, if that partner, I mean the golden child, or if that adult child of narcissistic parent who's trauma bonded with his narcissistic parent, has this awareness that there is something wrong in his family, there is something wrong with his parents, then maybe you can try and educate him. But if he is absolutely ignorant, if he, is 100% rigid about his perception and the way how he looks at things and the way how he feels about people in his family, you shouldn't be wasting your time and energy on that person. Instead, secure your spot, treat him or her the way how his or her narcissistic parent treats, because that is going to make him feel home, that is going to make her feel home. If you are going to treat that person in a healthy way, the way how healthy adults treat each other, that person is going to feel uneasy, that person is going to feel not at home, that person is going to be scared, that person is going to be a lot triggered, that person is not going to be calm. Yeah. So the only way to handle, manage and survive such relationship is to create and mimic the same environment that the child, I mean the adult child, has grown up in. Yeah. uh, I get it. You really don't want to, mess up your children. Okay, treat them differently. But when it comes to your partner who is badly enmeshed, emotional incest, and trauma bonded with his or her narcissistic parent, treat him exactly the way how he or she is being treated by his narcissistic parent, and things will be fine. Let me tell you, this with experience, things will be fine. You can survive and you can tolerate and you can, sail and move along. Yeah. Okay, you can treat your child differently. I get it. Kids do learn a lot of things when they grow up in dysfunctional and such a toxic environment. Treat your kid the way how a healthy parent treats his or her child. Yeah. Okay, let the kids see how things are. Let the kids see and process things in his or her own way. Don't impose anything, but yes, you treat your child the best way possible. Yeah. Because then the child will be able to differentiate good and bad. My father is treated like shit by my grandparents, but look at my mother, she treats me so well, I feel so good. My father is not treated the same way. Yeah, my father is treated miserably, my mother is treated miserably by my grandparents. But look at me, my mother loves me no matter what, my father never withholds love and affection. The kid will be able to differentiate. Yeah, because the kid is growing up in an environment where there is good and bad. Yeah. So the kid is able to discern, the kid is able to differentiate, the kid is able to understand, compare, relate. Yeah. So you treat the kid the best way you can. But when it comes to your partner who might possibly be a narcissist himself, or a product of narcissistic parent who's trauma bonded, or a golden child, treat them exactly the way how they are treated by his or her parents. Yeah, don't treat them differently. That's how you can survive. This is the mantra that can help you survive that dysfunctional toxic relationship. So yes, this is the way how you can survive such complicated relationships. And if you really cannot play along, if you really cannot stoop to that level, I would request you to work on your financial, growth, work on your financial stability, and then consider other options. But till the time you are dependent on the narcissist, you need to know how you can play along. Yeah, you just cannot think, function, and behave like a healthy individual. You cannot, keep treating the narcissist, the way how healthy individual treat others. You can't, keep doing that, because the return is zero. Yeah, you will not be getting anything. Instead, they are going to shame you, they are going to take you for granted, they are going to minimize you, invalidate you, gaslight you. So, when you are in such a setup, treat them accordingly, learn their skills, learn, their tricks that they use on you. I'm not, asking you to become a narcissist yourself, but this is just, for survival. Yeah, to survive that relationship. And the moment you have the means, the moment you have the finances, I mean, no contact is, one of the best, solutions. No gray rock, pink rock, nothing works. Yeah. When you are in that pool with the narcissists and, these dysfunctional, toxic individuals, you will have to, speak their language. You cannot speak your decent language and, expect them to, function, behave, and treat you in a decent manner. No, they're going to, run all over you. So you need to learn the tricks and treat them the way how they treat you. Yeah, that is the simplest way to survive such, difficult relationship. That is the easiest way to survive such complicated relationships. Yeah. And, when the time is right, when you are capable, go no contact. I mean, there is nothing like, going no contact. It's a whole different level of, healing that you get to experience when you go no contact. You don't get to hear their voice, you don't get to, you know um, communicate with them on a video call or on mail. In fact, you're not in contact with them in any way possible. It gives you a different kind of relaxation, it gives you a different, kind of this calmness and tranquility. And, overall, it's a very wonderful experience. Yeah, when you go no contact, your, nervous system is relaxed, everything is aligned, regulated. You begin to get this clarity, you begin to get rid of all that, brain fog. You really heal, and you really feel, good and amazing when you go no contact. But till the time you don't have the means, you're not strong enough, I would personally suggest to play along and treat them the way they are treating you. Yeah, I know it might be difficult for, some of you, but this is the kind of language they understand. If you communicate with them, the way how you communicate with other individuals, these narcissists are not going to understand and get the message. So, treat them exactly the way how they treat you. And of course, in this case, treat your, partner the way how he or she is treated by his or her narcissistic parent, because that feels safe, that feels home. And, you will have somewhat doable relationship. But if you try and, force them, or if you try and, treat them in a healthy way which they are not used to, they might, really feel uncomfortable, they might lash out, they might, freak out. Yeah, because they are used to, all that toxicity and dysfunctionality, they are used to all that disrespect and abuse. Yeah, and it takes time. Yeah, awareness kicks in, it takes time, when people realize, and, when they, decide to go no contact, and, cut off the relationship. It takes time, and it happens, in its own unique way. You really cannot say, oh, you are in toxic relationship, just leave that person. You might have, had a lot of challenges, you might have a lot of collateral, damages, and a lot of, things that are really linked and, uh, fused in a lot of ways. And, no contact is something, which has benefits, but it has its own drawback also for some of us. So, it's not easy, for all of us to go no contact. Yeah, so the best way is have radical acceptance. You are dealing, you know with someone who is a victim of emotional incest. You're dealing with someone who is trauma bonded to his or her narcissistic parent, and this person is not going to listen to whatever I have to say. So the best thing is treat him the way how he or she is being treated by his or her narcissistic parent. Then it will be relatable for them, then it will be home for them, then it will be okay for them. Yeah. So yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Don't ignore the red flag, and stop changing people. Yeah, work on your own self, and move on. There is no point in burning yourself out and exhausting yourself in the process of teaching others and educating others. Let them be the way they are, or let them decide things for themselves. Yeah, often what happens is with our loved ones, with our husband, wife, partner, children, we try and educate them, we try and show them that they are surrounded by toxic individuals, but until unless they are not ready to see and confront and accept, what can you do? So the best thing is, don't waste your time. If you have identified some narcissistic individuals, toxic individuals around you, have this radical acceptance that they are not going to change. And if there are individuals who are victim of emotional incest and trauma bond, it's very difficult to educate them and get them out of the trap. Yeah. So have this radical acceptance as to what you're dealing with. Yeah. That individual might not change. Have this radical acceptance. Yeah. Now, the only thing is, the best I can do to make things work out, yeah, to make things a little doable, breathable, a little livable. Yeah, and that is, by playing along. Yeah, so treat this partner of yours who is victim of emotional incest, or who is still trauma bonded to the narcissistic parent, quite possibly a golden child of the narcissistic parent. Treat this partner exactly the way how he or she is treated by his or her narcissistic parent, and things will be fine. Let me tell you this with experience. Yeah. Don't burn yourself out. Don't try and show him his or her parents true color and face. Don't get into all that BS. It's going to simply jeopardize your position, and it's simply going to hurt you. Yeah, have this radical acceptance and learn their language. Yeah, learn their ways. Yeah, and that's how you can survive. But yes, your final goal and your final destination should be no contact. Then things will transform and change. But till the time you're not strong, you're not capable, the best way is play along. Yeah. So please take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.